Here are the solutions to the questions we just asked you to solve. So step number 1, I want you to draw your line along the equal sign, please, so that you can separate the left side from the right side. Here's my variable. So the positive 4 plus 4, I need to do the opposite of adding 4. So the opposite of adding 4 is subtracting 4. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So a positive 4 and a negative 4 is 0. That's why I did that. So I am left with x. Line your equal signs up. On the right side, I have negative 6 minus 4. I'm going more negative. So my answer is negative 10. Always put a circle or a square around your answer, and you should check your work. So the check is negative 10. So I'm plugging in negative 10 for x, because that's what I said my answer is. Plus 4 equal negative 6. Negative 10 plus 4 is indeed negative 6. Sorry, 6. So it works. Question number 2. Start by drawing your line, dividing your left side and your right side. This time my variable is on my right side. It's over here next to negative 4. They're sitting next to each other, so that means I'm multiplying. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide by negative 4 so that I can get rid of it. But remember, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So on the right side, I have b. Your equal sign should line up. 40 divided by 4 is 10. When I have a positive divided by a negative, I get a negative. So my answer is b equals negative 10. The check is 40, the same as negative 4 times negative 10. I've taken negative 10 and I plugged it in for b. So on the right side, I have negative 4 times negative 10, which is 40. So both sides equal. Question number 3, divide left side into right side. Find your variable. Here it is. Get rid of that negative 10. How can I make that negative 10 0? So negative 10 plus 10 makes 0. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. All I have left on the left side is n. Line up your equal signs. On the right side, I have negative 12 plus 10 is negative 2. My check is negative 10 plus negative 2. Does that equal negative 12? Negative 10 and negative 2 is negative 12. So both sides line up. So I am correct. Question number 4, divide left side, right side. Now this one looks a little different because it's p over 5. Over means divide, so I'm dividing by 5, so the opposite is I'm going to multiply by 5. And so the way that I'm going to show that is I'm just going to put a 5 next to the p because I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. It needs to go on the top of the fraction so that it cancels. If I multiply one side by 5, I have to multiply the other side by 5. Always line up your equal signs. So all I have left is p. 19 times 5 is 95. Draw a square around your answer. Check. I'm going to take that p and I'm going to substitute it back into the original question. So I'm checking, is 95 divided by 5 the same as 19? 95 divided by 5 is 19. So both sides equal each other. So I'm good. Hopefully so far it's going well for you. Question number 5. Here's my equal sign, so there goes my dotted line. Here's my variable. It's being multiplied by 7. They're next to each other, so that means multiply. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. 2, both sides. The 7's cancel, leaving n. I have a negative divided by a positive, so that's negative. I know that it goes in, I don't know, what's 7? 133 7, oh, 19. So n is negative 19. So my check will be, is negative 133 the same as 7 times negative 19? 19 times 7, 7 times 9, 63. There's my 133. I have a positive multiplied by a negative. So both sides equal. Hope that one went well for you. Question number 6, sorry. Here's my variable v. 6 is being subtracted. The opposite of subtracting 6 is adding 6. Do it to both sides. That goes away, leaving v. Line your equal signs up. Negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. Your check, negative 8 is the same as negative 2 minus 6. Negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8, which equals negative 8. Remember, at any time, you can just pause the video, you can rewind it, you can fast forward, whatever you need to do. Question number 7. Move this up a little bit. Draw your line. Find your variable. This one's a little different, so I'm going to show you what we do on these ones. The 6 needs to go away. It's a positive 6. So you subtract 6 from both sides. 6 minus 6 is gone. Careful, because this negative is on the n. So I'm actually left with negative n equals 11 minus 6, which is 5. But this negative n, I'm not allowed to have that. So I have to get rid of, because it's like a negative 1n. When we don't see anything there, but there's a sign, it's negative 1. I got to get rid of that negative 1. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1 to get rid of it. So this time, n is negative 5, because a positive divided by a negative will be a negative. I have to squish the check in there, but this will look like, does 6 subtract negative 5? Does that equal 11? 6 minus 5, 2 negatives together make plus. 6 plus 5 is 11. Almost done. Here's my variable b. It's being divided by 5. The opposite of dividing is multiply. If you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other. They cancel, leaving b. 6 times 5, 30. Put a box around the answer. The check, take your answer and plug it back into your original question. So does 30 divided by 5 equal 6? 30 divided by 5 is 6. So I'm good. Last 2. Here's my variable. It's b. It's being added to 3. So the opposite is subtracting 3. If you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other. Now careful on this one, I had forgotten my negative, so I tried to tuck it up there. So this goes away, leaving b. And on the right side, I have negative 10 minus 3 is negative 13. I'm going more negative. Circle the answer, the check, take that and plug it back in. Does negative 13 plus 3 make negative 10? Negative 13, and then going positive 3 is negative 10. So I'm correct. And the last one. My variable is over here. It's k. It is being multiplied by negative 19. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. If you do it to one side, do it to the other. Lots of canceling on this one. Negative 19 divided by negative 19 is 1. And the check will be, is negative 19 the same as negative 19 times k? K is 1. Negative 19 times 1, of course, is still negative 19, the same as the left side. So we are good. All right, hope that sheet went well for you. Remember, you can rewind or fast forward at any time.